This is the sixth Taiku in Talmud Bavli, the sixth Taiku in Shas, and it's in the tractate of Shabbat, page 38b, with the words Amar Rabbi Zrika, Amar Rabbi Abba, Amar Rabbi Tadai. Lo shanu ela she'odan biado, aval hanichan al gabe karka asur. Amar Rabbi Ami, Rabbi Tadai de'avad de'garme, hu de'avad. Ela hachi, Amar Rabbi Chia, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, afilu hanichan al gabe karka mutar. Rabbi Zrika said that Rabbi Abba said that Rabbi Tadai said. They only taught that it is permitted to return vessels with the food inside them when they are still in his hand. However, if he already placed them on the ground, he obviously regretted placing them on the fire, and it is prohibited to replace them on the stove. Rabbi Ami said that which Rabbi Tadai did, and said he did on his own, and not in accordance with the accepted halacha. Rather, Rabbi Chia said that Rabbi Yochanan said as follows: even if one placed the pot on the ground, it is permitted to return it to the stove. Pligi bar Rav Dimi bar Shmuel bar Yehuda v'taravai b'shmei de Rabbi Elazar Amri chad amar odan biado mutar al gabi karka asur v'chad amar hanichan al gabi karka nam mutar amar Chizkiya b'shmei de Rabbi hadi amrit odan biado mutar lo amaran ela shidato le'achzir אבל אין דעתו להחזיר אסור מכלל דיאל גבי קרקע אבל בי שדעתו להחזיר אסור. The Gemara remarks that Rav Dimi and Rav Shmuel bar Yehuda disagreed about this matter, and both stated their opinion in the name of Rabbi Elazar. One said that when they are still in his hand, it is permitted to return them to the stove. When they were already placed on the ground, it is prohibited to do so. And one said that even if one placed them on the ground, it is also permitted to return it to the stove. Chizkiya said in the name of Abaye, that which you said, that when it is still in his hand, it is permitted to return it to the stove, we only said that halacha when his original intention was to return it to the stove. However, when it was not his original intention to return it, and he reconsidered and decided to return it, it is prohibited to return it. This proves, by inference, that if one placed it on the ground, even if his intention was to return it, it is prohibited. Ikid Amri, some say a different version of what Chizkiya said in the name of Abaye. Ikid Amri, Amar Chizkiya b'shmei Abaye. הודי אמר רבי קרקע אסור, לא אמרן אלא שאין דעתו להחזיר, אבל דעתו להחזיר מותר. מכלל שבעודן בידו אף על פי שאין דעתו להחזיר מותר. בואי רבי ירמיה, תלען במקל מהו, הניחן על גבי מטה מהו, בואי רבשי, פינן ממחם למחם מהו, תיקו. Some say a different version of what Chizkiya said in the name of Abaye. That which he said, if one placed it on the ground, is prohibited. We only said that Allah let it was not in his original intention, when it was not his original intention to return it. However, if his original intention was to return it, it is permitted. This proves by inference that while they are still in his hand, even if it was not his original intention to return it, it is permitted. With regard to this matter, Rabbi Yirmiyah raised a dilemma. In a case where he neither placed them on the floor nor held them in his hand, but he hung them on a stick, what is the ruling? in a case where he places it on top of a bed. What is the ruling? Similarly, Rav Ashi raised a dilemma. If one transferred them from one urn to another urn, what is the ruling? The Gemara said these dilemmas stand unresolved. Okay? So it's a Taiku. This is the 6th Taiku in Shas. And I had made a comment at one point that this book by Rabbi Aharon Yehoshua Pessin, a compilation of all the Taikus, lists 317 Taikus. But my comment on that was that some of the Taikus are actually a few in one. So it's actually a lot more than that. It could be a lot more than that. Like, for example, right here, Rav Yirmiyah's question resulted in the Taiku, and Rav Ashi's question, they're both part of the same Taiku, which means there's actually a few more questions than just one question. So, I mean, right now, this is the first one of this type that I've seen, so it's not 317. It could be seen as 318. Or even maybe 319, because Rav Yirmiyah has actually two questions. One if it's hanging on a stick, and one if it's placed on top of a bed. But they're all grouped into one Taiku. So I wonder what the significance of the number 317 is. And the thought came to me very clearly that 317 is the gematria of the word Vayikra. And the very first time that we encounter the word Mashiach is in the Parsha of Vayikra. And so there is a tradition that all the Taikus will be answered when the Mashiach comes. So that's the connection between the 317 Taikus and the coming of the Mashiach.